Adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Oh, yeah. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Bruce filling in for Dr. Drew. Dr. Bruce, board-certified physician.
Addiction medicine specialist?
Yeah. Emergency medicine specialist, right? Laser specialist?
Oh, absolutely.
What's happening? You seem squirrely tonight already.
Oh,
all right?
Lasering.
You got the laser on?
Yeah.
All right.
And they said
Bruce,
3 minutes. It was 1 minute.
Bruce has a laser, $100,000 laser that he shoots chicks with and convicts with.
Where's Dr. Drew?
Yeah, where is he?
Where's Anderson?
He's in, Dr. Drew's in Toronto with the Olsen Twins again, working on their movie, which is, who the hell knows when it's coming out. But it's a big theatrical movie, and Drew's playing their dad. Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's playing their dad.
What's up with you tonight, bro? You just get laid? What's going on? You're all giddy and weird. What's up?
Drink some of that coffee, you'll find out.
Oh, you're beaked up.
I bought you that coffee.
Bruce is beaked up, everybody.
No.
He's all red and he's all weird. You know, he's normally Dr. Spaz, but he's double spazzed tonight. Oh. Hey, buddy, take a chill pill, right?
Okay, I'll chill out here.
Is it just me? Does it seem kind of red in here, or is that just you? Am I looking at you? Oh, you're kind of orange tonight, but is everything? Does it seem like we're in a warming bin at a fast food place?
Yeah, look.
Oh, is that what that is? All right, a little lighting thing going on. All right, so anyway, regardless of what he sounds like, Dr. Bruce is completely qualified, smarter than Drew, I say. Many say this. Many say this. Mm-hmm. Not actually. I'm the only guy who says it. Cecilia?
Chill pill.
Yes, hello?
Yeah. What's
I
happening, Cecilia? Yeah.
Nothing much, just here.
You're 18. What's up?
I heard the show I heard the show about the girl who was wondering about the morning after pill. And here in Chicago, there's a place called the Erie Teen Center, and they have all contraceptives and morning after pills and all that for free.
That's good. God bless them. They're doing the Lord's work. But she was calling from somewhere other than Chicago. I can't remember where it was.
Really, I wasn't quite sure. I kind of missed that part, but I was figuring that anyways, it would be helpful information for anyone in Chicago who might be having the same problem.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. There are plenty of resources out there where people can get help, but we're so busy listening to PSAs about secondhand smoke and thievery of laptop computers at airports by McGruff the crime dog. No one can find out any good goddamn information in this society. It's the same old crap. I mean, there's plenty of stuff out there, but here's the problem. When you're poor and you're young and you're stupid, you don't realize that there's resources for you to take advantage of.
Although the Internet's changed that a lot.
Has it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if some of these people even have, well, they probably have access to it at school. But, like, what would you type in if... what would you type in, Bruce, if you wanted to find some contraception or some help or the morning after pill or any of that stuff? What would you do?
Well, you can go to any search engine. If you're on America Online, which so many people are, just at the top where you put the address, you can put in any term like contraceptive and hit search. And,
yeah.
Or then the Google
what if you put low cost or free or something like that?
Absolutely.
All right.
And then on my website, I have help numbers on it.
You have a website?
Yeah, the inkoninkoff.com thing.
Oh, Ink on, Ink off, everybody. Yeah, that's right, because he does laser tattoo removal.
I did have 800 numbers and help numbers, a suicide line. I put a lot of the Loveline numbers on a help page on there.
No, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I wonder if Loveline has a web page.
I think you have probably a couple of hundred.
We do?
I don't know if they're all official. But...
We got to check into that. All right, Bruce, you're spazzing already. Or no, are you? We're going to Ashley? Oh, boy. You are on your game tonight, buddy. Ashley, you're 18.
Yep.
What's up?
I have this friend who's recently been in a relationship with this girl, and they moved in together, and then they started fighting all the time, so they broke up. So I tried to hook, I'm friends with both of the people, and I tried to hook my friend Chase up with another girl, and then his ex-girlfriend said that she was pregnant, and so now they're getting married, but then last night she told me that, in confidence, that she's not.
Mm-hmm.
So she lied to get married to my friend, and I don't know how to tell him.
Yeah. Well, when are they planning on getting married?
Before the baby's born.
Yeah,
the baby that's not there.
Yeah, but how long before the baby's born?
I don't know, probably a couple months as soon as they can get it planned. They don't want to elope. They want to actually do a wedding, so...
I know, but don't you think he's going to find out she's not pregnant in the next few months?
I would hope so, but...
Now, why do you feel that it's your responsibility to get involved
Right,
in...
right.
Yeah.
So
What if
how
you
do I
just
tell him without...
No.
Hold on, let's try that. Let's try that
Try
with
that
what time. Ask me what time it is.
What time is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Good analogy.
Shut up, you jackass. I'll toss you right out of here. I'll do the show myself. It'll be twice as good. Twice as good. You hear me?
Yes, Adam.
Okay.
All right.
Ashley?
Yep.
Okay. So, why is it that you feel responsible for this?
Because I'm friends with both of them, and she told me that it wasn't true. And
Do
that
you like the guy at all?
Yeah, he's awesome, and
Yeah.
I really want him to be with my other friend because she's not psychotic.
Why not be with you?
With me?
Yeah.
No, not like
Why
that.
not?
He's
Why
just a
not?
friend.
Yeah, well, why not? He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's an excellent guy.
Well, why not be with you?
Well, I think he's got enough girls on his plate right now without me trying to jump in the action. I'm just trying to help him out because I don't want him
You're trying to help him out by steering this great guy to another person. You have a boyfriend?
No.
Oh, what's wrong with you two going out?
I don't know. We've just been friends for a long time, and that would be pretty strange.
Are you better at taking care of other people than yourself? You more focused on their issues and problems?
Well, yeah, I'm not a meddler. I don't try to get in the middle, but people always put me in the middle, so.
Yeah.
Well, funny the way that happens.
Yeah, they don't always put you in the middle. They don't care where you are.
Here's the deal. This should be sort of a wake-up call. There's something inside you that seems to want to help. You want to help out. You want to let this guy know. The girl told you this information. But you'd be better off taking this as an example of what you should do in the future. Break the mold and don't get involved. Don't say anything.
What? You want this guy? This guy's going to get married to this conniving, lying hussy?
Crazy. She's crazy, yeah.
All right. Well, look, why is she your friend if she's so crazy?
I don't know. She's just, I don't really...
Okay, look, if this guy's such a great guy and he's only marrying her because he thinks she's pregnant and she's not, then it's your duty as his friend to tell him she's not pregnant. And if she freaks on you, who cares? She's crazy. You don't need her anyway.
Right.
All right?
Okay. So just
all right,
tell
go
him.
ahead. I should just tell him. What do you mean?
Okay.
What
you
you should
want
do
him
is
to get married?
You should tell her that it's a lousy, rotten thing to do, and you really, I don't think she should get involved. I don't think she should get
She's crazy. Like
Yeah,
you're not going to hang out with this chick, but I think you like the guy. What do you think of that?
Okay,
You big gal?
Yeah.
Are you hot?
I'll think about it, yeah.
You think about what?
Maybe telling him... Well, I don't even like him, so it's not about that, but...
Why don't you like him? I'm falling in love with this guy.
He
really am.
should. He's an excellent guy.
Yeah, well, you should.
You know what? If
Yeah.
you tell him, you'll end up losing two friends. I'm not sure there's such a
Really?
friends, but sure, that's what always happens in situations like
Well,
that. When
I
you
don't
try to
know.
help someone,
It's an after-school special.
well, it's better to mind your business.
It's a
Look at
handful.
your own
There's been a
boundaries.
handful of times in my life that somebody said, giving me some information like this, and I never turned on them, like it's some crappy daytime soap,
Well, let's hope that you have better boundaries, and I'm sure Ashley could have called and asked about something in her own life, some issues that she personally has.
I
That
don't
would
like
be
Ashley.
better.
I don't trust Ashley either. But in this case, if the guy's truly going to get married to this girl only because he thinks she's pregnant and she's not, as his friend, she should tell him. Now, shut up, Kendall.
Yes.
He's going to argue with that. You're 21. What's up?
I was wondering, I seem to have, I don't know, I've been learning in psychology about all the, symptoms of sexual abuse, and I go down the list, and, in a kind of major way. I mean, I've had boyfriends all my life. I've had troubles with intimacy. I've never had an orgasm. I, just everything. And I don't remember ever being sexually abused. I've put myself
All right.
into...
Well, then forget about it.
Many times you don't remember things that occurred when you were very young that were very traumatic. And
Yeah.
it's
I was
a way
wondering
to
if it's
protect.
possible, because my mom was sexually abused when she was young by her father. Is it possible that she kind of, in a weird way, almost taught me, the behaviors? I mean,
No.
she's married
What's
and
your
everything.
father-
Is it...
Well, okay. That's an interesting question. I mean, the most likely scenario is that if your mother was a victim of sexual abuse and she never sought any help for it, she probably was
Married
attracted to or married an abuser.
Right.
Maybe a stepdad, maybe a dad. whatever. That's fairly likely. And then the other part that she asked, which is interesting, which is what about Mom, who was sort of a victim? Like, here's the thing. Drew's not here, so I can talk all about him. Drew's dad is cheap. Man, is that guy cheap. He would steal a raisin off a bingo card and scurry it away like a squirrel. You understand? I mean, all Drew ever talks about is how cheap he is. Drew's super cheap, too. Mm-hmm. Drew's dad had money. Drew's dad was a doctor and had plenty of money, but Drew's always freaked out about money because his dad freaked him out. So it's like, and this is like, well, his dad, he always says, he lived through the Depression and this and that. It's like Drew lived through the Depression through his cheap dad. You see what I'm saying? So if Drew can be a victim of cheapness, even though there was plenty of money going around, I mean, it was like Drew was poor growing up, except for they had plenty of money. Mm-hmm. Maybe Kendall can feel like a victim for Mom. Even though she wasn't actually abused. Possibly. Quiet down, I'm right.
Yeah, right.
Kendall?
Yeah.
Is that your hypothesis?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just kind of looking for somewhere to, kind of start working on myself from.
All right, well, look, do you have any weird stepdads?
No.
What about your real dad? Is he an
My real dad's
alcoholic?
awesome. They're happily married. They just celebrated their 24th anniversary.
All right, so you don't think your real dad sexually abused you, did you?
No,
do you?
not at all.
All right, so you think some stranger may have done this?
Well, I don't know. It's just like the X factor is that my mom was sexually abused, and I don't know if maybe she kind of.
But your mom is together. She's gotten some help.
Yeah, she finally started going to counseling and admitting that it happened when I was.
What were all her signs of sexual abuse?
Yeah, what were they? Because I do that same thing with alcoholism. And it's like, have you ever vomited? Check.
Blackouts. Can't remember what happened.
Check. Do you ever feel like you need for your confidence? Check. Do you find it in your social situations?
Yeah.
Check. Do you find it in... Check. Yeah. I answer yes at 21 out of 20 questions. And, yep, you're an alcoholic. All right, so why do you feel like you're abused?
Well, it's just the symptoms. I've had boyfriends all my life. I've hardly gone without. I've had multiple sexual partners that I'm not proud of at all.
How many are we talking about? Bruce, how many? I don't know. Is your phone cut out? All right. These phones have been wacky. Okay. Okay. Wow. I want to know how many partners. Maybe a guy just put a penis in her mouth really fast and shut her up. All right, listen. She sounds pretty together to me. Her parents are still together. She's this kind of cutie chick who's had a lot of boyfriends. Don't look into it that closely. And by the way, this means your life is too good when you have time to really stop and really start looking for reasons why it's not good.
Yeah, she sounds like someone in search of a disorder.
Right. That's right. It's ironic, but if your life truly isn't good, you're so busy trying to make ends meet each month and dealing with the crying kids and the abusive old man, you never even think about this stuff for a second. She's got too much time to sit around and worry about what's going on.
Well, the other thing is some people just make bad decisions. Some going out with lots of guys, having sex when she's really not in a relationship, and maybe high-risk sex. Sometimes people just put themselves at risk. They make bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. Was I telling you how cheap Drew's dad is?
Yeah. Something about a raisin on a...
Drew's all freaky with money too. Yeah. Drew wanted to buy a car for about let's see, 9 years. He's gonna talk to me every night. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Let's just go get this stupid car. I was trying to tell Drew, the amount of money that you make and the kind of car that you're talking about, it's like a school teacher buying a $1,800 car, percentage-wise. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hate to sort of crash.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now,
what's up?
Did you ever think maybe
it's going to take $20 million for the kids to go to school?
Maybe Drew in his great wisdom was trying to communicate something to you, Adam, because I know you sort of have a problem with buying cars. And
I like cars.
He was showing you some boundaries and self-control and some stewardship with
pure
money.
Cheap pusso is what he was.
Just maybe he can't confront you because you're sort of hard to predict if you're going to go off or something. So he was just sort of communicating his own responsibility.
Look, he went and got the car. He never felt better. You know what finally got him to get that expensive car of his? I told him this would be a huge step in your therapy. And he went and did it.
I don't believe it.
I swear to Christ. I'm going to start doing this with everybody. If you gave me a BJ it would be a huge breakthrough for you. I mean, that would be a step. You would evolve to the
You're
next
more
step.
manipulative than you first appeared. I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, but, I only manipulate to get people to leave me alone. So you can't really call that. Most people manipulate to get people to do things for them and do their bidding. I try to manipulate so people won't talk to me.
No, you have pleasure in the end result of your manipulation as you're sitting here making fun of poor Drew. And
What do I
you're
do? I
claiming
try
that
not to
he
get...
bought a car based on your manipulative comment.
He did. No, I was right. He needed. He talked to his therapist about it.
I'm bothered
by
this.
Please.
Even though Drew considers you a patient, I mean,
please. He who bought his sister's 120,000-mile Toyota Camry off of the bad tranny. How dare you?
How dare my sister?
Chad?
Hey, what's up?
Is there a doctor that drives a worse car than you?
Oh,
probably.
Please.
Not you, Chad.
Drew until he got his last car.
All right. Chad, what's up? You're 26.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my ex-wife's trying to tell me she's pregnant, and sister told me she's not. She's going to tell me she's going to have a miscarriage, and then she ends up calling me and telling me that. But the doctor said 2 weeks from now she's going to have it.
All right, hold on. Did you hear any of that?
I heard.
You're
Go ahead.
your girlfriend, your wife, who's pregnant?
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife is pregnant.
Supposedly.
And supposedly pregnant, and then she called and said she had a miscarriage.
No, she's calling me saying she's going to have one in 2 weeks, and her sister told me that was the plan. That she's lying
she's
to
going to have a miscarriage in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far along the pregnancy?
Hold on. How do you plan a miscarriage?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, does she mean abortion or does she mean miscarriage?
She means miscarriage. She said there was complications, and he said she was going to have one in 2 weeks.
Well, a doctor might say that. You can check hormone levels that indicate you're pregnant. Those hormones should double at a certain period of time. There are ways to predict growth, how large the uterus is at a certain point in the pregnancy. So he might have said to her, there's this problem with your pregnancy, and I would expect you're going to miscarry within a couple of weeks.
How far along is she?
Supposedly about 4 months.
Okay.
The thing that gets me is that her sister told me that was the plan.
Yeah, well,
her sister told you that. Hold on a second, and let me tell you the cornerstone of white trashdom. That's the sisters filling in on the plans of the other sisters.
Oh yeah,
some fat bitch named Tammy calling you up. I hope you know that Jessica said, that is the whitest of all the white albino trash, and that's exclusive white trash deal there. That's not in the other cultures. That's not with the other races. That's super white trash stuff.
Let's see. How do I translate this into therapeutic terms, like a family therapy scenario?
Plus, his name is Chad, so there's trouble already. So, her sister said that. Is there anyone in her family named Tammy?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So, Chad,
I bet if you really looked, you could find someone named Tammy.
What type of person?
Or possibly Cammy.
Is
white, trashier version.
Is this your
of
wife
Tammy.
or girlfriend? I missed that.
That's his ex-wife. And her sister says that this whole pregnancy thing is a ploy to try to get you back.
Exactly.
And
why would a miscarriage get you back?
Why would the miscarriage get you back? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would think that they'd do a DNC if she was going to have a miscarriage. That's what's kind of got me wondering.
Well, why would she say she was going to have a miscarriage in 2 weeks? Why wouldn't she just say she miscarried?
That's a good question.
Well, that to me says to me that she's not lying. Who says I'm going to have a miscarriage on the 22nd of the next month?
You can know that you have like fetal demise, that you have a fetus that is not going to be viable, and that they don't always do a D&C. Sometimes they send the patient home and say you're going to miscarry.
Okay.
So, but going, a little further than that, what's your...
Put a spaghetti colander in the toilet?
No, that's for collecting stones when you have a kidney stone. You send a strainer home, but we don't strain for fetuses.
Gross myself out there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, all right, so Chad, okay, so she's lying or she's not lying. We don't think she's lying. So what?
Why'd you split up with her in the first place?
She's psychotic.
Okay, good.
She's on medication.
right,
so it's a clinical diagnosis. It's not. You're saying she's crazy.
So Chad, you don't have to get back with her, but you guys have kids?
No.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, not kidding.
Okay, and now you're not thinking about dating her sister or anything, are you?
No, maybe her twin, not her sister though.
She got a twin?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
What's he talking about? All right, what do you do? Swing a hammer? What do you do? What? What do you do for a living?
I'm a beer salesman.
All right. Oh, not a bad gig.
Good job.
All right, so I don't even know what he wanted.
Well, present us with an interesting.
Let me tell you one of those one of the stupid dude things. Stupid dude things think everyone's lying.
Mm-hmm.
Especially women.
Right.
That's one of those things. She says she mixed her menstrual cycle. She missed her menstrual. She said she missed her menstrual cycle. But I think her vulva would have exploded if she missed her menstrual cycle. So, yeah, is that possible? She said I got her pregnant, but we only did it in the ass. Could she do that? And if I got her in the butt, if it was during the time that she was menstruating, is that?
Well, now I think
guys
Chad's case, the surprising thing is no mention of the psychosis before any other.
All right, so he's suspicious. Look, Chad, you didn't have a kid with her. You broke up with her. Who cares?
I think
you're free and clear now.
I think he bet somebody he would call Loveline. And
yeah. All right. Deliver that beer. I'll see you in hell. Nadia?
Yes.
You're 18?
Yes.
Things aren't good with boyfriend unless they're having sex or high. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
All right, well, you better get high or start getting it on.
Yeah, but I can't be high 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I know I kind of up because in the beginning when we first.
The F word.
She's high. She's high right now.
Says she has a kid too. Couldn't we just put a bottle rocket in that kid's ass and aim him toward the ocean so we could have some kind of chance at a life?
Maybe we can get her to call an 800 number or something.
All right, Nadia, here's the deal. You wash your mouth out with soap and douche just for good measure. Bruce and I are going to drink a little more coffee, chew the fat about Drew and how cheap he is.
Turn the orange light off.
And then we're going to come back, and we're going to try to straighten your life out after this.
No!
Hey, yo, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce filling in for Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is in little homage to Dr. Drew. Dr. Bruce punched a microphone. Although, to be fair to Drew, he usually does it about 28 seconds into the show. Bruce has drank a little too much coffee tonight, and he's spazzing out just a bit. But you're looking good, Bruce.
Thank you. Yeah, I got my hair
yeah, wet head.
Prepared.
I tell Bruce when he puts a little gel in the hair, he makes for a better host. When he comes in with the dry look, with the Brillo look,
to the parking lot.
He loses his confidence.
Under all the stuff in my car.
All right, now where is we? Hey, Anderson, how about... anyway, hold on one second, Anderson. I'll tell you that in a second.
Nadia was sobering up for it.
Dr. Drew is in Toronto filming a movie with the Olsen Twins in which he plays their father. All right. Every time I tell that to someone, they freak out. They don't. They're like, huh? What? And what are you complaining about?
Me? No, I was just thinking you might go somewhere with that, where you shouldn't go.
No, I already did.
So hard on Drew. I mean, when he comes back, isn't he?
He's
a little
good
bit
people.
Irritated?
He doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's not sitting there listening.
His wife rats me out.
No respect.
All right, hey Anderson, can we hear? And we don't have to hear it this second, but I'd like to hear Dr. Drew on his crank anchor call. I really enjoy that. I really.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, you've never heard it?
Must have missed that.
Yeah, it's on Crank Anchors. Dr. Drew did a little call for us where he was getting a little urban.
Take a call. It'll be ready.
Yeah, we'll take a call and then we'll hear that. All right. So anyway, when we left off, Nadia, who's 18, just dropped the F-bomb on the air, so we had to cut her off and go to a break. But,
Unacceptable.
She's 18. Things aren't good unless. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, well, it just pops in my head. Drew, I love the Family Guy. They run reruns of the Family Guy on like Adult Swim, or I don't even know what channel it's, Toontown or something. But I love the Family Guy. I always have. No one else really liked it. Now everyone else seems to like it now that it's off the air and it's being rerun. But Drew comes in last night. He's telling me all about the Family Guy episode. Oh, yeah, it was really funny. It was great last night. Did you see last night? Oh, it was really funny. Me and the kids watched. It was really funny. Then I got home and my TiVo had recorded it, and then I was watching it and noticed that I was in it. But that Drew failed to mention the part where I was in it. And then here's how you know you got a problem with the booze. I was in it toward the beginning of the episode, and a couple of glasses of wine later, we got to the end, and I was just watching, and the credits were rolling, and I saw my name, and I was surprised. I was like, "Hey, whose name? Whose name is that? That name looks familiar." I thought, and then I went back, and it's like, "That's my name." And then I went and did the math.
That's serious stuff.
Unacceptable. It's bad.
Unacceptable.
You want to know the other reason? The other thing I was thinking about today. Here's how I know I'm narcissistic. Every time when I'm driving, I'm listening to morning radio, and I was listening to K-Rock, and Ralph comes on, and he goes, "Celebrity birthdays today," and I think, oh, I wonder if he's going to mention me. And then I think, your birthday's in 9.5 months from now.
Oh, man.
Like, isn't that just the definition of narcissism, that every time on Entertainment Tonight or on the radio, and they go, "Celebrity birthdays, Catherine Deneuve, 61 years old," and you're thinking, yeah, what about me? Is he going to mention me? And it's nowhere near your birthday?
Yeah,
that's narcissism, right?
I don't know. Narcissism is a pretty mild diagnosis for that.
I'm sort of hoping they're going, Adam Carolla will be turning 40 in the 27th of May, 2004. But, of course, we're not up to that yet. This is August.
What is Saddam Hussein have? Malignant narcissism. I think that's close.
Is that what I have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nadia? Waiting to hear my name, and it's not the month my birthday's in.
Well, that's funny.
Hello?
No more cussing, screwball.
Okay, hon.
All right, sweetie pea. So now what drugs are you doing?
I'm sorry?
What kind of drugs?
Oh, okay. Well, when I first started dating him, we just used to do a lot of E and sniff and, just get high. So I guess our relationship just started off with drugs, So I got pregnant, right?
Sure, of course.
3 months after, I met him, I got pregnant, and he, totally blew me off, and he wasn't even there for me like he was supposed to, after probably my last month of pregnancy, right? So I have the baby, right?
Right.
And, 2 months later, he hits me. One month later, I go ahead and I go live with him, right?
He hits you with his hand?
With his hand, yeah.
All right.
He socks me, right?
And then after that, you went to live with him?
Then I went to live with him, right?
Sure, of course.
Because
that's what happened with my folks.
Okay.
When, Dad cold cocked my mom, and that's when she knew she loved him.
Then what happened?
So then I went ahead and I went to live with him to his house, right? His mom was not a good mother-in-law at all, right?
Yeah.
So now my problem with him is that he's really aggressive. He has no patience at all. The only time that he has time for me is when we're both high or on something.
Okay. First off, can the state sterilize this retard? Do you know what I mean? Like, can we just hit this idiot with a dart so he won't impregnate anybody else? Or should we just chase after him with a dustpan his whole life?
I like that one instead.
I think they have overly aggressive sperm that are even more invasive.
Yeah, what is it about that tard strength? You know how retards can bench 500 pounds sometimes? They get the crazy tard strength. Their sperm has crazy tard strength too. Can penetrate any egg.
Nadia, at what point did you realize that there's a problem with the relationship? I mean, you're still talking in terms of how can you make things work with him, it sounds like. But it ain't going to work. Have you had domestic violence counseling? Have you, child protective?
I've tried, and I've told him, let's go to counseling, but he doesn't want to.
No. You go to the emergency room, go to anywhere you can access a social worker in the next hour and tell them what's been going on. Because if you don't, ultimately, social services will be knocking on your door and take your kid away. You can't expose your kid to that kind of an environment. You're sort of blowing this off is not nearly as serious as it is. I don't know if you're high right now, but you really, if you wait till tomorrow. I mean, literally, emergency rooms are great for accessing social service and things like that. You've got a crisis going on, and you're not even aware. Hold on. I'm done.
Let's not drain the system anymore. Let's not burn the system anymore.
Well, I'm concerned about the kid, and she doesn't sound very responsible.
Nadia, do you have a son or a daughter?
A son.
Ugh. I hate that. The daughters get into porn. They become cocktail waitresses at the place by the airport, but the sons are being gangbangers. Oh, that's horrible.
We're not into that, though. We're not into that gangbanging, you know.
Yeah, great. Your goofball husband whacking on you. Believe me, this kid's going to be beating the crap out of my kid in school.
You think? That's what I think. Because my son right now, he's like so hyper and he's so energetic, you know?
Yeah, all right.
And it is a problem, you know?
Okay, listen. Listen. This guy of yours, he's your boyfriend, right?
Yes.
You're living with him right now?
No, I'm living with my mom. And he's
okay. Okay. Forget about this guy. He's abusive. He abandoned you. He's a bad boyfriend, and he's a worse father. Okay?
Oh, God. Yeah, but see, he's there for me, though.
All right. Look. Okay, I'm just going to try to cut our society's losses here. Don't get pregnant again.
Okay, I know.
Do you hear me? What are you using for protection?
The Psycho.
What is it? Do you know you're stupid, or do you just think everyone else is super smart and you're regular?
I think the first one.
All right, do you know that you're stupid? Let me ask that. What is your plan? Is your plan just to destroy your life and everyone's life around you, just going around getting pregnant with felons?
No,
is that
but
your
I'm
plan?
not having another baby, though.
How do you know? You're not using protection.
Okay.
Listen.
Now I got you there.
Yes.
Boy, I'm shrewd. I should have been on the speech and debate team at school.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sharp. Yeah, you can't fool me. Okay, look.
You got to get it. You got to get to somebody that's a professional, a social service person, a clinical social worker.
If this guy raises a hand to you or raises his voice or anything else, go get some help.
No. You can never go near this guy again. This guy is not an option.
She loves this guy.
Do I go get help or do I?
Yes, go get help. You want
get help.
You want a domestic violence, child abuse hotline?
Just put one of those. Put one of those Pine Mountain fake logs up you and break it off or something so you can't have any more kids. No, that's what I want.
Really? I mean,
that's what I want. Why can't we start punishing these people that just start pounding out kids? These retards that are populating the entire planet with felons.
Frank Anchor.
Jesus Christ.
Well, hopefully somebody's listening that'll see themselves.
I feel bad for her. She needs to get some help. She needs help for kids. She needs all this. But yeah, she's still screwing this guy, and she's not using any protection.
Right. It's
so
chaotic
her?
You don't know where to start. No, you can't dart her. But maybe she called this 800 number. She'll call another one. I mean, I don't know. But
all right, give her the number.
Okay, 800-4A-CHILD, number 4A-CHILD, and 100-603-HELP.
Frank Anchor.
All right. Do you think she has a pen, or do you think she just has a burnt stick that she's drawing on some bark with?
I don't think she...
Right. What do you think the chances she wrote that number down are?
I don't think they're very good. But she's very chaotic.
Nadia?
Maybe she'll hear something.
Nadia.
Yes.
Okay.
She's driving her car.
Yeah. Right. Remember how crappy your childhood was?
Yeah.
Okay. Your kid's going to be crappier than yours even. Is that what you want?
No.
Okay. Stop the drugs. Dump this guy and get on some birth control and get some help. Just open the front of the phone book.
Yeah.
First thing you check is the seating at the Hollywood Bowl, and then you call the Child Protective Services. That's what I do.
Yeah.
All right?
Any 800 number will work.
No, that's all right. Listen, here's what's going on in this whole entire planet. No, actually, this country. It's about 5% of the populace is destroying everything else. Just screwing it for everybody. Well, we got to drag them. You understand? Mm-hmm. That's what's going on. It's like some school. It's like a classroom. 35 good students, 3 horrible ones, and there's no learning going on because of the 3. Do you understand? we can't get through the airport. There's security everywhere. Everyone's getting their paycheck cut in half. All the taxes taken out. Everything. All the stuff. All the cops. All the probation officers. All the judges. All the everything. Everything. We can't move because a very small percentage of this country is screwing with us. I say we focus on that small percentage and take them out so we can all have a good time.
Actually, I think we should
damn it.
Focus on the success stories out there. There are people like Nadia that have turned their lives around. It is possible, and she's called this. She called Loveline. She's willing to get help. She's willing to change.
Yeah,
I put in a vote for.
Yeah. That's right. Keep having the kids. Don't worry.
No, not keep having the kids, but maybe.
All right, but as no politician ever wants to talk about this, huh? No.
Arnold. Wasn't Arnold in here a few weeks ago?
Arnold.
Yeah.
To bring business back to the place where we are. Where are we? Yeah.
Well, he's closer to what you're describing as a social a cure. Go out and blast, terminate all these people. I think Nadia is in search of an answer. She wants help, and if she calls 800 for a child or 800-799-SAFE, she will get the help she needs.
Right. Laughing time is over.
Okay.
Hey, Anderson, don't let me forget about Drew and his crank yankers, but we got to take a little break.
Is Anderson more bold that he's a little further away and you can't go and slap him around?
Crank yanker.
No.
He was a prick when I was 5 feet away from it.
How dare you there, Bruce?
Oh, I didn't know you were listening. Mary, who's 21, has trouble getting aroused. What are some ways to get her going?
She's probably asleep right now. Fell asleep.
Shush.
I've had anal sex and I've passed out a couple of times.
The mics are still hot, Bruce. Mary?
Hi.
You're 21?
Yeah.
You have trouble getting aroused?
Well, it's more like, well, a little bit. It's like I would prefer to, okay, like, I don't know if guys have this, but like the tingles to go like down your back, like when you get aroused, like when you get wet, See, like that seems to be a little bit of a problem.
Sex is not a recreational sport.
Yeah. All right, hold on, Mary. It's gonna be a scintillating call.
Jeez.
When guys get wet.
Yeah, you don't.
Let me tell you how guys get wet. Bad fart.
Okay.
That's how we get wet. You get a little overconfident with the farting. It's usually like the fifth one. First four, nice and dry, just like a hairdryer, and then the last one,
You know what's tragic?
Yeah.
You know exactly what she's trying to communicate to you, and you're just making fun of her.
Yeah,
it's
why
just not right.
She's good people. I kid. All right, we're going to, Bruce is here filling in for Drew. We're going to come back. We're going to Mary and her tingly wetness, and then we'll hear Dr. Drew on his famous crank yanker call after this. Hey, yo, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce filling in for Dr. Drew and doing quite nicely. Thank you very much. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew in Toronto working on the Olsen Twins movie.
What's the premise there? Did they become juvenile delinquents, or are they well-behaved? Or don't we know?
One of them gets strung out on smack, and so the other one becomes like her pimp, and she starts whoring her sister out. But then one of the Johns gets violent and thinks that the one who's pimping her out is actually the whore, and he backhands her, and you think he rapes both of them.
Oh,
why are you acting stupid like that?
It's probably the last porn movie you watch, and you're confusing it with Drew's movie. Now how that could happen, I'm not sure. But.
I wasn't paying attention when he was telling me the premise, but those the bits and pieces, that's what I was able to, piece together.
I see. Mm-hmm. Or you were watching a repeat of The Man Show while he was on the phone telling you the premise.
How dare you? Drew plays their dad, by the way.
Oh?
All right, let's...
We were getting aroused with Mary in Kansas.
Let me say this about The Man Show real fast. Glad you brought that up. I was reading somebody showed me an article in Entertainment Weekly explaining that they're talking about the new Man Show and the new hosts and stuff, and it said after Kimmel left, and this is why you can't believe anything you ever read. After Kimmel made his ill-advised move to late night, as they said it, they performed a Carolla-ectomy. And over at Comedy Central,
Sacrilege.
A Carolla-ectomy.
Who had the nerve to write that?
Well, it's misleading. It's as if they got, basically it's like Well, my partner left, and I was still hanging out, so they got rid of me, and they brought in 2 new guys.
It's your show.
Well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. I didn't want to do the show anymore. I'd done 100 episodes. My partner, the guy I created the show with, was leaving. Had no more interest in doing it. They begged me to do the show multiple times to the point where it got sort of embarrassing. And then they offered me $50,000 an episode, maybe more if I'd held out. But I said, it has nothing to do with the money and has nothing to do with anything. I'm done doing the show. Now, Entertainment Weekly gets this, and it turns into a Carolla-ectomy.
Yeah.
It's such BS.
But you guys developed that show,
living in.
Right?
Of course we developed the show.
It's implying that this was something that someone called you and said, hey, why don't you come and do this show we've developed?
This town is so effed up. Yes, everything on that show, from the theme song to the logo to the juggies to the girls on trampolines, it's all us.
Right.
Performed a Carolla-ectomy. Kiss my ass, you little bitch who wrote that thing, and come talk to me.
Well, you know what? That's bad journalism. Somebody did not do their homework.
Of course they
had no idea.
Yeah, or they talked to the producers and they put their little crappy spin on it. Yeah, performed a Carolla-ectomy.
Well, you know what's frightening?
All they did was throw money at me and beg me to do it. Beg me to do it.
Now
Please.
that you've mentioned this publicly, the typical fan from the Man Show, this person's life may be in danger. Who wrote that article? Because I know the typical fan from.
It's just this town is so sucky. Performed a Carolla, after Kimmel's ill-advised move to late night and the Carolla-ectomy. Kiss my ass.
Bad journalism.
And then so it turns into a review of the show where they bag on us, and then it turns out they like the new guys, but they don't mention anywhere that we created the show they love.
Right. That's
bitch.
Pretty surprising.
I swear to Christ. It's just, here's the part. I don't mind if someone doesn't like it or doesn't like me. Don't lie.
Right.
You're just lying. Carolla-ectomy. Erica, $50,000 a goddamn episode. I should have done it.
We didn't finish it.
No. Where the hell am I? I'm
Erica,
all
hang on
fired
a
up
second.
now.
Yeah.
All right, where are we?
Who
are we talking to?
Down here. We're talking to Mary in Kansas.
And what about Drew and his crank anchors call? All right, we got to take calls after this break.
Anderson's waiting.
Sorry, Anderson. Mary?
Yes.
Carolla-ectomy. Ugh.
Mary, get right to the point because Adam's on a rampage here. So.
All right. At any rate, it's not just getting aroused. It's like sensitivity. Like, I can only orgasm once, and there's only
Wait a minute. You can only have one?
Yeah.
That's
and I
plenty.
have to be on top. Like, I can't orgasm in any other position.
Yeah, all right. You got to get some direct clitoral stimulation.
Right. So, do you all have
my
any
grandma would
ideas
say
as to how I
clitoral.
can increase my sensitivity?
No. You're fine. You're having an orgasm with penetration. That's fine. You're way ahead of the game.
Wait.
You understand? You just are.
What?
I'd hate to bring something up like the context of the sexual behavior. Are you in a relationship? Are you married? Or are you
No, I'm single. Well, I'm not married is what I mean. But, yeah, I'm in a relationship.
All right. You have a longtime boyfriend?
Well, we were together for about a year, and then we broke up, and now we're back together.
Yeah, because so many times what's going on sexually, ability to get aroused and orgasms, it's all dependent on what's going on, intimacy and what's going on in the relationship. So the fact that you start the call just talking about the arousal and then you get off into orgasms, I mean, those things are extremely important, but more important is what's going on in the relationship.
Oh, the relationship's fine. All
right.
This has always been the case.
Always been the case that you're having orgasm through intercourse? Cry me a river. Please. We've got people with real problems calling this show.
That's actually true.
Well, I mean...
Especially at 21. A lot of
21...
Many times not learned until...
At 21, 40% of women at 21 can have no orgasm through any means.
Right.
They can enjoy sex, but not necessarily an orgasm. I would say 30 to 40 women know 30% to 40% no orgasm anyway. And then a much higher percentage cannot have one through intercourse.
Right.
I don't believe any woman can have one through intercourse.
No.
I mean, I've been around a little bit. I've never seen anything like
it. Is that a personal admission? Okay.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. She's 21.
Yeah.
You don't know how old her boyfriend is or what's going on.
Who cares? She's having an orgasm through intercourse.
Yeah, I
wasn't way ahead of the game.
Right. I wasn't clear what the real problem was there.
No real problem. Erica?
Hi.
You're 17, you had anal sex with
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had anal sex before I lost my virginity, and I prefer that because, yeah, 3 times. So, well, what the problem is I.
Wait a minute. Have you lost your virginity yet?
Yeah, maybe about a month ago.
All right, but how long before you lost your virginity had you had anal sex for the first time?
Probably 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're walking around a vaginal virgin, but a anal whore.
Yeah, it was kind of hard determining whether I was still a virgin after I'd done that, but I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. Let me talk to God. Yeah, no, not virgin. Not a virgin. No.
So, what do we think?
Okay, hold on a second. All right? All right. We got to take a break. Jeez, I can't. It boggles the mind, does it not, Bruce?
Well, she hadn't asked her question yet, but I...
And it's just the fact that she had anal sex 3 times before she got her cherry popped.
Well, actually, I think in some cultures that's the standard. It's okay to do before you're married if it's...
Yeah. No. Yeah. She got a brownie popped long before the cherry was popped. Yeah, right, Bruce, quiet down.
Okay.
You're doing so good.
Okay.
Here would be my plan if I were you. You be like a fighter that has won the first 8 rounds of a prize fight.
Mm-hmm.
Your job in the last 4 rounds, don't get knocked out. Move around. Okay. Forget about offense. You work defense. Go into the stall. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you don't say anything from now until the time the show ends, you had a good show. You can only screw it up by talking. All right? Shh, don't say anything. Oh, we'll be right back. Buddy, Loveline, I'm Adam. That's Dr. Bruce. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Bruce, board certified, addiction medicine specialist, emergency medicine specialist. What doesn't he know? How to make a buck. That's what he doesn't know. Other than that,
that's right.
Other than that, he's an expert at everything. Got off a new laser, taking them tats off. Yeah.
Facials.
What else?
Hair removal.
Really?
Oh.
What can't that laser do? Make money?
It doesn't do breast augmentation.
Oh, really?
They're working on that.
We can try.
Where's
All right.
Dr.
So, where is Dr. Drew?
I like to strangle that kid. I like to.
Dr. Drew is in Toronto doing a movie with the Olsen Twins right now.
Who else is in that movie? Some guy from Saturday Night Live or something.
Yeah, Daryl Hammond from Saturday Night Live is in that.
Wow.
And there's a handful of people. I can't remember who else Drew said was in that movie. A couple of names that you recognize, probably chock full of cameos.
Is this like a Nickelodeon feel-good movie, or is this like
that was big,
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, big budget. It's going to be a big budget release.
Wow.
Well, the Olsen Twins, they're big time.
Oh.
Don't you know about them? No?
Of course. Yeah. Like, stepdaughter Lauren is,
they're all
16,
over
a
this.
big fan of the Olsen Twins. They grow up with them, and they follow their lives.
I know. That's what I'm going to try to do if I have a son. And try to get that thing where I expose him to...
you're going to have a daughter.
I have a daughter. Then I expose her to the public. And then people grow up. She comes out with her own line of mascara and clothing and starts cutting bad records and making crappy movies. And it's like, it doesn't matter because it's like, here's the deal. If you're a chick and you're between the age of 11 and 18, you look at the Olsen Twins as one of your sisters. So if your sister came out with a crappy movie, you'd still go and see it, right?
Uh-huh.
If your sister came out with some crappy clothes or a crappy record, you'd still go get it. It's your sister. It's brainwashing. Meanwhile, they don't know who the sister is. They just know they got millions of them with millions of dollars, and those chicks are laughing all the way to the bank.
You're not going to have an Olsen twin, though. You're going to have Avril Lavigne.
That's what I'm going to have.
But she's great. I think she's great. But I think she's a little rough around the edges in the Olsen
to keep my hands off her. That's true. Well, I'm a man first and a father second.
Oh,
but you mean if I actually have Avril Lavigne? Because I can get her if I actually have her.
Has she been on the show?
No. She's all into herself.
Yeah, there's probably something in her contract about not having to be within a certain number of feet of you.
All right, shut up.
Okay, sorry.
Remember, you're doing good?
Yeah.
All right, quiet. All right. Hey, Anderson, let's, do you have Dr. Drew on his famous crank yanker? Whenever Drew's out, we like to play a little something from him. Sometimes we forget, but you've never heard his appearance on Crank Yankers?
No.
Very,
I'd like to see his puppet.
Very powerful performance. So, Anderson, if you have that, let's hear it.
Yeah, it's ready.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, is Bo in?
Okay, hold on.
All right. White Hello? Bo, this is Adam Carolla.
Hi.
You know the show Loveline, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good. Are you in a room that's quiet where we can talk a little bit?
Well, I can go where I jack off.
Yeah, go
where you jack off.
Yeah, go where you jack off.
All right.
There
All right,
okay.
You there?
We're in the barn. That's good.
Okay. So, Bo, what we're doing here is we're putting together a tape for MTV because we're trying to get the show back on the air.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
And we're going to have Drew kind of hip it up a little, be a little more urban, okay?
Dr. Drew in the hizzy.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's just take it like a regular Loveline call, and we'll just start at the beginning. Bo,
right.
18, you're on Loveline. What's your problem?
Well, the problem is I have no sex life.
But why ain't you got no play, player?
I don't know.
So you ain't hitting the skins,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You undoubtedly are looking to get the throb and guzzle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel ya.
In the meantime, you're sitting in the hizzy by yourself, thinking about a little Areola Palooza action. In the meantime, your dong ain't doing shit. And look, we heard when the call picked up. You got all those shorties running around there. You got to get out there and get your bitch spunk drunk. You feeling me? Church, you feeling me?
Yeah, I hear you.
If you had a hizzy, you'd be out of the house. I'm telling you, nigga, that it would put you into the mode where you would have no problem to get that freaky shit going. 24/7 flowing semen here in your house. In your hizzy. For chizzy.
Go with the flow. Don't talk like this. Talk the way you want to.
So I didn't have to use all that freak that tore up the ass, Areola Palooza, Muffio Tang, Throb and Guzzle, crap in the ass. Shit, right?
Fuck them. Be yourself. Who gives a shit what they want?
Look, motherfucker, I'm telling you, don't be a player hater, because when you tap her in the ass, you ain't going to be interested in pistol rubbing no more, and the digit is dizzle, and in the hizzy for chizzy going to be great on the QT for real.
Stay fresh, nigga.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Peace out.
Wait a second. What was that?
That was Dr. Drew.
No, there's no way.
What do you mean?
That was Drew?
Who do you think that was? Yeah, we're on the air.
I don't know. I must be like much too. I can't believe that. It's some kind of a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a comedy show, you retard. What are you, high?
No, that just.
What? You don't think that was Drew?
No.
You didn't
Sounds like Drew. I just can't.
You didn't recognize his voice, the guy you've known for 20 years? All right, buddy.
Okay.
If you had a hizzy, you'd be out of the house. But why ain't you got no play, player?
You didn't recognize that?
Did you write that for him?
Yeah, hell yeah, we wrote it for him. Got into a huge argument too. Like we were holding up these dry erase boards with all this crap on it, you know,
okay.
and I was telling him to read it, and he was like, he would stop in the middle of the call and say it doesn't make any sense, and I would scream at him, just read the goddamn board, and he'd be like, but it doesn't make sense, and then we got in a big argument.
Well, I'm glad to hear there was, that this didn't spontaneously come out of Drew's mouth. I mean,
no, we had to tell him what to say. You think he knows any of that? Throb and guzzle? Areola Palooza? Who the hell even knows what that means?
He's hanging out with Snoop on the weekends.
Areola Palooza.
Did he get an Emmy? What if he got an Emmy for something like that? Whatever awards they give, wouldn't that? What would he do? He'd be hugely embarrassed.
Shut up.
That's all his colleagues.
What if he gets an Oscar for the Olsen Twins?
Well,
movie?
that's a reasonable facsimile of who Drew is. Now, this is just totally shocking to me. I was speechless here.
You're put off.
I'm shocked.
Erica?
Yeah, hi.
All right, so you're 17. You had anal sex 3 times, and in 3 months before you lost your virginity.
Yeah.
And your question is?
Well, I would prefer to have anal sex just because I don't run the risk of getting pregnant, and I enjoy it. So my question is, how is it going to affect my body? I've heard all kinds of horror stories about things that it can do to, just your system, and I want to know how it's going to affect me if I do it over and over.
Yeah, well, I
don't know. I think this is bogus.
No, it's not.
I'm not buying it.
What can I do to convince you?
Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, whether it's bogus or not, it's a legitimate question. I don't know.
Right.
You're 17 yet. She sort of has that little girl voice.
Not
So if you
really.
had people that and there may be some debate. People that gravitate or women that gravitate towards anal sex. There's frequently some abuse in the past. Have you had any kind of problems like that when you were younger?
No, nothing that.
No.
I mean, physical, but not sexual.
All right.
Oh, physical abuse.
Well, there you go.
But again,
plus you're calling from Riverside, so that's a form of abuse right there, being raised in Riverside.
I have to agree with you there.
Yeah. Okay. So
there's no geographic risk factors for what we're talking about here. No.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, the guy I was with was just someone we would see each other just when we felt like.
How old is he?
He's 17.
Okay.
Where's your dad that physically abused you?
Well, he lives in Riverside, maybe 20 minutes from where I'm staying.
Okay. Good. Well, he's suffering too then.
No.
Fine.
Do you have any insight into the possible connection between being physically abused when you were younger and sexually acting out? Because anal sex and preferring it, there's a connection to the abuse.
Well, let me say this too. I mean, it wasn't really my idea. The guy kind of suggested it because I refused vaginal sex for so long.
Right. The fact that you're enjoying.
By the way,
I'm not.
Talk about pleasant surprise. Like when you're a guy, like, come on, man, let me just get inside. And you're like, no. How about anal? Okay. Really? Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Ugh.
Was that Riverside?
Satellite screwed up. And we just heard a horrible sound. But imagine the guy's delight and surprise when she doesn't agree to intercourse, but gives the big green light to anal.
He's 17. If she would have suggested, anything, he'd probably have been thrilled at 17.
I know, but
my
point
absolutely.
is like when someone turns you down for intercourse,
and then,
you're pretty about ready to quit. But just on a whim, you bring up anal, and they're like, "Yeah, all right,
right."
It'd be pretty exciting, pretty good day for him." Yeah,
exactly. But I pick up with her that there are quite a few issues going on here, and she's totally no insight.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the whole thing. As far as physical damage. That's the least you worry. So it's the quiet down. It's the mental damage. All right?
Yeah.
And I mean it. You're being abused. You are. And your dad was physically abusive, and you got to get some therapy and some help, and you're going to end up in trouble. A, you're calling from Riverside, and B, you're doing nothing but anal. but you may not live past 19.
Yeah, but let's just scare her with some of the physical, and not that we want to scare people, but you stretch out the muscles there, and when you're starting to prefer that and you're doing it a lot, that can be a problem. Secondly, people think, well, now I don't have to use protection, so there's no condom used.
No, I don't know.
Well,
I use the condom.
Okay. There's a huge risk of contracting infectious diseases through anal sex.
Right.
Venereal warts, HIV, gonorrhea, it's all there.
Just basically, it's like this.
She has some issues that need to be addressed.
God ain't into the sodomites. You understand? So he looks for ways to punish you. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's God. So listen, Erica, are you gonna be a senior in high school next year?
Yes, I am.
All right, and what are you gonna do? You gonna go off to college somewhere?
Yeah, definitely.
Do they let people from Riverside go to college?
I think they do.
There's a UC school in Riverside, UCR. So listen,
really,
must be some.
Couldn't imagine anyone from Riverside wanting to go to school in Riverside. And what kind of retard wants to go to Riverside when they're from some other part of the country? And this is where my argument comes in with we have to start numbering the counties and the cities instead of letting them have their name. Because you're sitting there in Pittsburgh and someone says, where's this college you want to go to out in California? It's a town called Riverside. Oh, that sounds great. Water skiing all weekend, inner tubing. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. Meanwhile, Westwood doesn't sound any better than Riverside, but it's a oasis compared to Riverside. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's confusing for people who live out of state.
Places that have beach in the name where there's not a drop of
or
water.
View or Hawaiian Gardens. When I'm in charge, we assign numbers to everything. So instead of the kid in Pittsburgh looking to go to college in Riverside, he looking to go to college in number 1,287 out of 1,300 cities. You see what I'm saying? And he starts to do the math.
But listen, look what we got from San Diego, though. So
we got someone from San Diego?
Yeah, with a very interesting question.
Mike?
Hi.
You're 23?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, it's been 5 years since I've had sex, and I really don't understand if I'm just being too picky, or if there's something really wrong with me that's really obvious.
You're gay.
No.
Drew's in Toronto. He knows you're gay. Drew can't even hear the phone. You're gay. Well, you okay. You sound creepy. Are you aware of that?
Okay. Thanks a lot. No,
He's
that
gay.
solves all my problems now, doesn't it?
Well, it can help because you're going to have trouble getting laid if you freak the ladies out. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. All right, so what is it exactly that makes me so creepy? I mean, okay, I work out, and I do surf, and I do kayak and go hiking stuff, and yeah, and I have like a reasonable job with like a salary, and I think I've got those things that I would make. It would make sense to me that they would be like.
All that on paper sounds great, but it's all trumped by the creepy vibe. Yeah, did you hear that laugh?
Well, I don't know.
No, here's the whole. Let me explain, so people know the difference between men and women. For men, it's all about what's on paper. I mean, you show me a chick who's a 36 double D and has a 27-inch waist and drives a cool car and has a cool condo in Redondo Beach and is 24 years old and is blonde and whatever. I don't care what her personality's like. There's going to be tons of guys lining up to get to him. You show me a guy who kayaks, who mountain bikes, who has a good job, but has a weird, creepy vibe, freaks chicks out.
Well, or else is he doing those things to become more appealing to the women and
feels like compensation?
Yeah. All right. And if you're going to those events, the single events, you probably just get thrown into one of two categories. Either somebody that's there because they want to be where they're single people and they really can't
find
anybody.
Single events? He didn't say he was going to single events, did he? Said he goes to single events. Okay. So you go to single events. Okay, so let me ask you, Mike. Only child?
No, I have a younger brother, but he's like very close in age to me, and so it's really weird and awkward because sometimes I feel like I'm competing with him for like the same girls. It actually happened once where.
Well, hold on a second. Do you live away from home?
I do not live at home. He is also in the process of getting out.
Okay, so what kind of work do you do?
Okay, well, I don't narrow myself down in national radio, but too much. But I work in electronics.
Electronics?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, who cares if people know who you are? Because you got nothing to hide.
Well, no, I don't. I'd like to think that, it's almost a good thing that I'm kind of, selective. I'm not just anybody.
Well, look, here's the whole thing. Anybody can hit a dry spell, and if you're selective, you're selective. But if it's been 5 years and you've not been with a lady, you may be freaking them out a little bit. Also, when you haven't been with a lady for a while, you get that stink of desperation on you. Yeah. They should really make a soap for that. Forget about the deodorant soap. What about the desperation soap?
Hey, Bruce, I love you, but this guy sounds a lot like you. He kind of reminds me of
he
you.
does. This is what you sound like. This is what you sound like, Bruce.
I want to get spastic.
Yeah, when you get spastic, I have to hit you with the super soaker. It's like cats humping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you're Mr. Cool McCool tonight. Yeah, no problem. So, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a little bit spazzy, and that's all right. I like a spaz. But it freaks the ladies out. Let me explain. All right, hold on. You just listen to me, Mike. Got to give this analogy one more time. You should listen to, Bruce.
I'm listening.
You benefit from this. Women are like cats. Mm-hmm. They're not like dogs. Guys are like dogs. Guys, we don't mind rambunctious. As a dog, dogs like it when you grab their ears and start pulling them apart, like the flying nun's habit, and then you knock them over and you put your face in their belly and you start, their leg starts moving. You can take a dog, you can play the bongos on its belly. The dog's happy about it. Tail starts wagging. Cats freak out. And girls are like cats. That's why cats hate kids. You ever see a cat, a little 3-year-old nephew comes running into the house, cat's up on the refrigerator. Wants nothing to do with that kid. Girls are like that. When they see you coming with your spazzy energy and your crazy Charles Nelson Riley laugh, they just get on top of the proverbial refrigerator. You're too much energy. They don't like that. Girls like quiet guys, just like cats. Just stand there, look smart. Eventually they come up, and they sniff you a little bit. Don't make a move. You reach for them, they go right under the sofa. You have to sit there. You want to track the cat? You have to pretend like you don't like cats. You have to pretend like you don't know the cat's in the room. You can't go bounding after them. Mike's got too much energy, too spastic, and they respond to that. They get a little freaked out. Girls get like, who is this guy? What's he doing? How come I can hear him all the way over here? And they get freaky. You just stand there and look cool. Pout a little bit. And then a cat will be like, why is that guy not paying attention to me? Well, why is this person in the room just looking down? He's not talking. He's not doing anything. And they just come over and they start sniffing around a little. Next thing you know, they start rubbing you a little bit. Start rubbing up against your shin a little bit. Okay, it's only because you're holding still.
Let's just give Mike some good advice now.
But I'm giving him some good advice, you idiot. I'm giving you good advice, too. I wish you'd listen.
Okay, can I give Mike some
advice? Stop spazzing out.
Okay.
He talks too much.
Well, what I would suggest to Mike, I'm wondering if he's not so nervous and so anxious that he's not aware of what's going on.
That's what he is.
If he just calms down, and also men many times don't maintain eye contact. They're not listening to what the woman is saying or waiting.
You got to brood. So you got to brood. You got to pout.
Well,
you want to get a chick? Watch how I do this.
No.
Watch how I do this.
Don't look at me.
Man. What's wrong, Adam? You wouldn't understand. Let me try and understand. Man, I don't know. Just give me a minute. I just need some time. Can't you let me in? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can let anyone in again. Next thing you know, they're blowing you. That's how chicks work. You understand?
I don't know.
Not you just running up. I kayak, I mountain bike, I got myself a SUV. Ooh. No, they get all freaked out.
Yeah.
You brood. That's how you do it. Right. Bruce, you try it. You ready?
It sounds like you're
just
smoking
try it. Just try brooding. Try brooding.
Well, I can't do it.
Just brood 1 second. I'll play the chick. Dr. Bruce, what's the matter?
It's tough. I don't know if you'd understand.
Let me try.
Last time I let somebody in, it hurt so much. Can't do it again.
All right. BJ time.
Control yourself out.
All right. That's Dr. Bruce brooding, everyone. Dr. Drew is in Toronto asleep. When we come back, we will talk to Bryson, who's 19. He ditched 1 year anniversary with girlfriend to see wrestling. Let's know how to get her back. All right, that's a man. That's a brooder. All right, we'll be back after this. There you go. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce filling in for Dr. Drew and doing a noble job tonight, Bruce. Looking good, buddy. Looking real good. Christy Canyon, legendary porn star, in here tomorrow night. Ow! Yeah, I'm into her. I've
seen a few of her films.
Just a couple. Also, I knew her growing up. Her sister asked me to the Sadie Hawkins dance. Yeah, junior high.
So what high school did you go?
North Hollywood High.
Yeah, that's better than Riverside, of course.
Marginally.
Yeah, right.
And then I asked her out when I was like 18 or 19 or something, but she dumped me. Couldn't even get a porn star to go out.
What'd she look like back then?
Good. Are you kidding?
Hell
so
I'm not filling in tomorrow night, huh?
I don't know. Is Drew back tomorrow night? I like to keep the show fresh by showing up seconds before it starts and not knowing anything about it. Evidently, Drew will be back tomorrow night.
What a coincidence.
I don't know, though. You're doing a pretty damn good job. You better watch himself. You're nipping at his heels, buddy.
So in your narcissistic fog, you think you're in control of Drew. And
hey, I snap my fingers. He's gone. You're in. All right. All right.
Okay.
Grant?
No.
Oh, Bryson?
Yes.
All right. Well, how the hell am I supposed to remember that?
World.
Bryson.
That's the name they gave me.
I hate Bryson already.
I wonder what he
don't
does
you?
for a living.
You
sell something?
Nah.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living, Bryson?
What do I do for a living? I don't know if I want to tell you. You probably make fun of me.
No, I can control Adam. Go ahead.
Something with a forklift.
Now you're in
Actually,
sales.
I'm a French fry technician at McDonald's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. All right, so listen, Bryson, you're a big wrestling fan?
Oh, I love it. Been watching it since I was a little kid.
And, you're 19, so that was only a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And you have an anniversary with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you ditch her and go to a wrestling match.
Sure did.
What wrestling match?
I went to Monday Night Raw.
Who was in it?
The Rock was in it, and Triple H. I love them all.
Okay. So that doesn't come around every week.
No. About
into Ohio, right?
About once a year.
All right. But whereas your anniversary comes around every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The Rock only rolls into town once a year.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so she's pissed?
Oh, yeah, she's really pissed. I try to talk to her, but she won't talk to me, and nothing at all.
How long ago did this happen?
This happened a few months ago.
A few months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's over.
No.
No. Yes, it is. Yes.
No.
Over.
Nah.
Yes.
Why has it got to be over?
Why does it...
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Let me tell you something. She drove your love, and you just tapped out, my friend.
I would never tap out.
Because months ago this happened, and she's still not talking to you.
I don't know. I think she's going to come around.
Wait a second.
No, he's high. He's stupid or high or both.
He's got one of those mason jars at the end of the call.
Yeah, it's either bogus or
he's
whatever.
19. At 19, we're going to just tenaciously hang on to a relationship that was threatened by a
works at
trip
McDonald's.
to the... Well, he may be managing 20 McDonald's in 10 years and buying more sports cars than you are. What?
I worked at McDonald's.
Len, look what it did for you. It taught you.
Yeah. I used that McDonald's
responsibility.
Used the McDonald's gig as a springboard to get into carpet cleaning. So it really opened some doors for me. Stupid dad.
Okay.
All right. McDonald's. Imagine.
It's created a lot of millionaires.
Me standing there. I always had my fat manager Ken telling me to put on my plastic smock. I was sweating like a pig back there. You know, what's funny is I worked at McDonald's. Somehow they figured out I wasn't counter material immediately. Like they just put me behind the grill. Me with my great social skills. I'm a people person if I'm anything.
Absolutely.
Got right behind that grill. Set me up back there. The manager Ken. There's a sign that said "Time to lean, time to clean." Back above the grill, which I always hated. That was number one. Number two, they had this policy where, like, when you came into the back of the place, you didn't punch in. You went downstairs, changed into your polyester gi, and put on your plastic hat. Then you came up and punched in. I never liked that because to me, hey, I'm back here, I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
But $2.65 an hour. You know, I could eat all the stuff they were going to throw out. I used to volunteer to throw stuff out every once in a while. They'd make up too many apple pies and too many fish fillets or something, and after an hour sitting in the warm-up thing, they had to toss them. I'd always volunteer to do that. And then I'd just go home, and I'd just go out to the dumpster and, like, basically beer bong these things. You know, just, like, cram them in my face. Standing by a dumpster, people watching me, just taking old apple pies and trying to actually keistering them, like rectally, trying to absorb them. Like I got fillet of fish I'm shoving up my ass while I'm trying to eat 2 apple pies simultaneously because I don't want to be gone long enough so they know I was eating them. By the way, is there a big crime in eating garbage? By the way, it's going into the garbage. It's not like I'm stealing from the company.
Did you have your McDonald's outfit on while you were doing
Yeah,
this?
hell yeah.
Then they were concerned otherwise. I don't think they would have cared.
I used to have to do the sweep and the mop of the dining area. That was always nice.
Were you funny back then, or did you have a Damascus Road experience where you got struck off of an animal of some sort? And
yeah, I had a good sense of humor. Here's what it was good for.
Did you say stuff?
Yeah, that was funny. They were like, hey, it was real funny. Now clean the goddamn carpet. That's it. Everyone was great.
With the public, though, if you were serving the public there, would you?
I never got to talk to anyone. I had to work the grill.
All right.
I got to go out to sweep and mop, and then one time some guy threw his watch away in the garbage by mistake. He put it on the tray.
Wow.
And I don't know what kind of Nimrod is eating at McDonald's, so he pops his watch off and puts it on the orange tray, and then he dumped it. And then I had to go through the garbage like a raccoon to get to get his watch out of there.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a story where you found a Rolex in there.
The final indignity. Yeah. So I had to go through that, and then when I got it, no tipping or anything, just, hey, thanks there, goofball.
Yeah.
Papa's it for me. It was great.
I'm sure you don't want to admit to some of the terrible things you did to people's food.
I didn't do anything bad.
Oh, that's good.
Took kind of a leak in the freezer once, but not on any food or anything. I beat up some kids who were out front making fun of me because of my outfit once. That was the only exciting thing. I had these, I was standing out front of the McDonald's, and I was doing the sweep and the mop of the outside dining area. You want to know humiliation. I'm wearing a pair of brown polyester slacks. I'm wearing my brown gi. You can't look good in brown and orange polyester in 1978. You know what I mean? And I'm wearing, now here's the real goofy part. You had to wear leather shoes. Didn't like any tennis shoes. I like these places that pay you $2.65 an hour and then have all sorts of dress code policies. Like, really? $2.65 an hour and you're taking taxes out? It's going to take me 6 years to buy a pair of goddamn shoes. So I had to wear the shoes I wore for my 9th grade graduation, which look like Fred McMurray shoes from My Three Sons. It's these leather bottom, stupid like suit shoes.
Right.
The brown suit shoes. I'm slipping all over the place when I'm mopping because the floor's wet, you know. Anyway, I'm standing out front, and it's like a scene from a movie. I'm doing my sweep and a mop, and a couple of snot-nosed, like 12 and 13-year-old kids. They're on their skateboards, and they come circling around. Hey, you missed the spot! They're laughing, and I'm just looking down. I'm just mopping. And they're like, hey, mop boy, mop a little faster. And they're like cracking each other up, and they're getting more bold. You know, they're kind of, you know when kids, little snot-nosed 13-year-olds, they get together and they try to one-up each other, and they're on their skateboards, and like 3 of them, and they're making this sort of circle pattern where they come at me, and then they sort of peel off, and as they peel off, they hurl another insult. Hey, one day, man, I can grow up like you and work a mop. And they're laughing, and they're going back. Their friends are
laughing.
And
they're riding on the bicycles.
And they're on the skateboards.
Oh, on skateboards.
Yeah, and they're making these circles. But each circle, they're getting just a little bit closer. And I'm timing them.
Wow.
I'm just timing them. I'm mopping. Now, I'm playing football.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I got some wheels under me now, and I'm ready to move. I'm like a linebacker. So I'm just looking down, and I finally time it where the one kid is coming in.
Oh.
And right before he starts his turn to peel away from me, yell his insult, I dropped him off like a maniac and just go after him. I threw him on the hood of a car, so beat the crap out of him. His friends freaked out and ran. It was great.
Was this witnessed by one of the McDonald's cameras?
I don't know. I don't think they had surveillance back then. It's nothing better than throwing a kid on the hood of a car. It's great. And it was great, too, because you know what it is? It's like if you start getting too close to like an animal, if they just spring it, he almost fell over just on my movement.
Oh, yeah.
Like he couldn't go anywhere. He was still moving toward me when I was springing at him. Freaked the kid out completely. Little snot. All right. So anyway, yeah, those McDonald days. That's a good times, though, right?
Yeah. Taught you everything you know about responsibility.
Sure. $2.65 an hour and taking taxes out. I get a check. I work part-time. I get a check for like $14.
No residuals.
If I worked under 10 hours in a week, I owed them money. I don't know how it worked. One time I worked an 8-hour week. I owed them $14 at the end of the week.
Well, what fraction of the hour, $2.65 an hour, if you change your clothes, what would that be, 2 cents?
Who knows?
With a million employees, they might have made.
I don't know what I was doing.
Okay.
Grant?
Yeah.
You're 24?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend just became a stripper?
Yeah.
Yeah. You went and saw her strip?
Yeah, recently.
Hey, blah, 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 stripper, the girl, blah, 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 was working McDonald's, blah. All right. And is it topless or bottomless?
It's just topless. There's like alcohol and everything there. It's like a bar.
Full bar?
Yeah.
No. Bogus.
Bogus?
Bogus.
What's bogus?
Bogus call.
Why?
A, because you said why. And then B, because they don't have full bar and topless.
Yeah, they do.
No, they got beer and topless.
They have beer, Jack Daniels, everything you want. I had a Jack Daniels when I went there with her. Jack Daniels on the rocks. That's what I had, and I was sitting there watching.
You saw her boobies?
He's right. He's right.
You saw her boobies?
Yeah.
Well, they do in Vegas. They don't in California.
No, like Crazy Girls, they do.
They do have a bar in Crazy Girls, don't they? I got to get out there.
Where's Crazy Girl?
All right, Grant.
Okay, so here's the deal. Or are you not done telling us the story?
Well, the deal is, like, we've been together for a year, and then all of a sudden some circumstances changed as she started stripping. And I was kind of okay with it for a while, just kind of dealing with it. And then circumstances again arose where I came in and with her because she thought that would make the relationship feel a little bit better, and it did the opposite. It's pulling me away.
All right, do you want her to quit?
Absolutely. But at the same time, I don't want her to at the same time because it's giving her opportunities to go to school and everything else.
All right. Listen, Grant, you got too much testosterone. You're too young at 24. This is never going to work. I had a stripper girlfriend when I was 27. And it didn't work when I was 27. And as you know, I'm a super genius.
But, Grant, the other thing is many times a lot of the gals that get into that have had, and I know these abuse things come up so often with callers, but they've had abuse in the past, and when they're stripping, they're in that whole mode that's similar to the interactions they had with whoever victimized them. And they know how to manipulate, they know how to act sexually in an unhealthy sort of way, and then when it gets back to a normal relationship, it's very difficult or impossible. So in some ways, when they get off into the stripping, it's...
All right, quiet down. Grant?
Yeah?
Sorry about Chris. He was doing so good the first hour. No, I know what he meant, but no one else
Translate for me, Adam.
Okay.
You were doing...
Did she have a rough childhood?
She's had a divorced family, when she was like 10, and so she lived with her mom.
Okay.
But that's about it. Her dad's a counselor. They just kind of split up.
Okay. Well, look, here's the deal. If you're in love with her, I think you're going to have to convince her to stop doing this, A, because it's not healthy for her, and then B, it's not healthy for the relationship. I don't think at 24 you're going to be okay knowing she's going to work every night, taking her top off and shaking her ass. That's not going to work, especially since you went there. So here's the deal. Either the relationship is more important and she stops doing this and you become very supportive about whatever else she's going to do, possibly porn movies, than doing this, or you just be realistic and say, if she ain't ready to quit, I ain't going to be able to handle this, and you got to just cut your losses and move on. Are you in love with her?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit. But
all right, then just break up.
Grant's got a problem.
Just break up.
A lot of the women that strip have issues.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying to say.
No, they all have issues. The question. Well, first off, there's nothing that doesn't have a vagina that doesn't have an issue.
No,
the question is how big an issue.
Generally, they're huge issues related to something that happens sexually, usually abuse at a younger age.
But it also depends too, because there's totally nude. You know what I mean? There's doing porn films. There's doing bachelor parties. There's totally nude. There's topless. There's being a cocktail waitress. You know what I mean? There's issues involved with all of those jobs, but they move down as the clothes come back on.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Once a woman has crossed the line, and I don't care what kind of stripping, I don't care how many articles of clothing they take off, it's the whole way they're relating to the men that they're entertaining. And
I know, but I'm telling you that there's not a 22-year-old hot chick out there that doesn't have some issues around her sexuality and the way she relates to a man.
But if they're able to strip,
it's a matter of degree. It's a matter of degree.
It's a matter of degree. And I'm saying I don't think Grant is aware of the degree to which this gal has issues.
Probably not. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily mean she was sexually abused. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, quiet down. We're going to, and if he's not in love with her, then cut your losses and move on.
Absolutely.
All right. And if you want to see her naked, you know where to find her. I mean, it's not a bad deal. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Bruce. Filling in for Dr. Drew. Doing a decent job.
Did you translate that stripper call adequately from my ramblings to what people can understand?
Look, he's not. He in love with her, so break up.
Okay.
Here's the only way. Let me tell you the only way a stripper relationship is going to work if your girlfriend's going to be a stripper. You're going to have to be 42 years old. Your testosterone levels are going to have to be way down, and you guys are going to have no plans of getting married or have any kids or anything. And it's like, hey, baby, go do what you want. Want to do a line of blow off some Arab guy schlong? While you're on the clock, that's your business. You just come home to me, and I don't care because I'm nailing the chick who lives down the hall anyway. That's how it works. You're 24 and try to get in a relationship, too much testosterone at 24. You get weird. Beth?
Hey.
Hey, you're 20. What's up?
I've never listened to your show before, and I turned it on just a few minutes ago, and you sound so sexy.
Yeah.
You crack me up. I think I should be on your show.
Whatever. Why?
Because I can make fun of people, and yeah. What else do you guys do?
Oh, listen, I don't make fun of people. I help the kids, but look, if you want to try your hand, we can take a call and you can actually handle it.
All
right now, I got this new board. I'm not sure how to do it. Hey, Anderson, I don't have the old board over here. I just got this computer.
I can do it from this end.
You can do it from that end?
I believe.
All right, we'll give it a try. We'll let Beth talk to Ellen, who's 14.
Hey, what's up, Alan?
Hi.
What's going on?
Okay. My mom, she found out that I was smoking weed a couple months ago. And then just like yesterday, she found out that I was having sex and drinking. So she wanted to take me out of school and homeschool me.
Okay.
So I thought that was like, I know me and her arguing, and I thought that was really, what's the word?
Overreacting.
Overprotective?
Overly protective.
Overreacting.
Okay. How old are you again?
14.
14, and you just lost your virginity?
No, it was a couple months ago.
Okay. You know, that's for all the stuff that you're getting into. It's kind of early to start drugs and sex and you know, it's kind of some stuff that...
Shut up! You know, you didn't give her a call. It's funny.
I didn't give her that call.
Mean.
You did.
All right, I'll leave it to the professionals then. If that's
no, you're doing.
No, you're doing great. That's a tough one. You should have talked to the last guy whose girlfriend's a stripper. That one you would have had a great
Anderson,
time.
put Ellen on hold. Put Ellen on hold. She's too young.
14-year-old.
All right, let's see. Now, what do you want? Brittany, she just got chlamydia. You got Stephanie. She was molested at age 5. That's a nonstop laugh, right? No?
Recently raped.
No good. Recently raped, huh?
I don't think
How about Kathy? She's 18. She's afraid to move out and live.
Boyfriend is afraid to move out.
Her boyfriend's afraid to move out.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah. All right. Handle Kathy, Beth.
No harm done.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, Kathy.
Hi. Here's the situation. I'm 18, and I've been moved out of my parents' house for like 2 years now, and I'm really mature, and I'm just used to living on my own. And I have this boyfriend we've been dating for a year and a half. And he just turned 18. Well, we both are 18, and he will not move out. And I have a lot of stress with his parents and with myself, and he keeps telling me, oh, I'll ask my mom, and his mom tells him no, and I don't know what to do. And I really love him, but I don't know if this is going to, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So you're wondering if you should wait around for him to decide that he's mature enough to move out, or...
Yeah, this has been going on for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And
well,
I've got my own place, and he can move here, and it's...
Yeah. Well, it sounds... I can...
Oh, it's my job safe.
And Beth doesn't even have to experience you a foot away. It's tough.
Listen, let me take over. You guys are both calling from San Francisco, and you both sound hot.
Hi.
Hot. No, hot's a good...
Oh, hot.
Yeah. Are you hot, Beth?
So Adam will move in with you, Kathy.
Kathy, are you hot?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Yeah, and Beth? What about you?
Oh, definitely.
You got to be hot.
Off the air.
You got that crazy laugh.
Thanks.
Now, let's just see, just for kicks, whereabouts do you live in San Francisco, Beth? You don't have to give us the address, but give us the vicinity.
I live over in the East Bay. But
East
I don't
Bay.
actually. I lied. I don't actually live in San Francisco. I could not afford to live in San Francisco.
Oh, I see. All right, so you're where you're closer to Oakland?
No, further east than that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even.
But Kathy, you didn't lie. You live in San Francisco,
I'm
right?
in the North Bay. I'm over I'm like 20 minutes from San Francisco.
Well, maybe you guys could meet on the middle of the Bay Bridge and les off.
You're lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
You're lesbian.
Quiet, Drew. Okay, so Beth, you just heard the show for the first time tonight?
No, I just said what I thought I could to get on.
Okay, she thinks.
No, I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys a lot.
God love you. Yeah. You're doing God's work. Now don't call anymore. All right, get out of here.
Ellen's got a
Thank
problem.
you. All right, and let me just speak to Kathy for a second and let Kathy know. Hey, Kathy, you're more mature than your boyfriend, and how he's 18 or 19?
He's 18, yeah.
Here's the problem: you at 18 are much more mature than he is at 18.
Mm-hmm.
And him living, you want him to live with you or just move out of his parents' house?
Either one would be great. It's just, oh gosh, I just can't handle his mom and they're great people. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, when he's, do you need somebody to take care of? When he's ready to move out.
Don't listen,
Oh,
Kathy.
no, I don't need, no.
Right.
I have a dog for that.
Fine. You live on your own. You take care of your own ass. And when you want to see him, he can come over to your place. You don't have to go over there and deal with his folks. And he can move out whenever he's good and ready. All right?
Leave his mom.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Yep. Well, that's the show. Dr. Bruce doing a bang-up job filling in for Dr. Who? What is that guy's name? Can't remember him anymore.
Dr. Drew.
You've washed him right out of my hair.
Hi.
What's your website, Bruce?
InkOnInkOff.com. I've got some help numbers on there.
You go there if you want what?
Go there, tattoo removal. We're doing tattoo removal and tattoo lightening at Tattoo Studios. So it's a sort of a spin-off medical business.
All right. So you go to InkOff.
No spaces.com.
.com.
And there's a help page there also with 800 numbers.
Bruce, a good man, and despite how he sounds, he knows what he's doing. Believe you, man. That's
Crushed.
A compliment, buddy. That's a
thank
compliment.
you. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Drew from Toronto tomorrow night. Christy Canyon, my favorite porn star of all time.
You do need a doctor in the studio, though, of course.
You stand by in case in case my balls explode. All right. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Bruce saying mahalo. And now you're not thinking about dating her sister or anything, are you?
No, maybe her twin, not her sister, though.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.